I know that in this room, and for those listening from afar, there are souls exhausted from trying to be strong. There are cries that cannot be uttered. There are why questions to which the answer seems to be the silence of heaven. Perhaps you're grappling with the searing pain of betrayal, the injustice of being falsely accused, or the heavy burden of being wronged with no apparent recourse. Your heart might feel like a discordant instrument, struck by the harsh notes of malice and deceit. I understand that overwhelming sensation of fighting a battle you didn't start, of feeling unheard and unseen in your plea for justice. My heart goes out to all who are silently enduring the profound agony of an unaddressed wrong. But I want us to discover a liberating truth together. God doesn't demand a cheerful song when our hearts are shattered. He offers us a sacred songbook, and within it are the very notes of impassioned plea and righteous indignation. He gives us the unwavering promise in Psalm 34-18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. He doesn't shy away from our mess. He draws near to it. Consider the prophets who, throughout history, cried out against injustice and oppression, demanding that God act. Their prayers were not polite requests, but fervent appeals for divine intervention, reminding us that honest lament is a powerful form of worship. We won't shy away from difficult emotions. Instead, we will learn to transform our very sighs into a prayer, an authentic melody before God. This journey isn't about finding a quick fix, but about finding a voice for your soul. This week, as a step of faith, find one verse from a psalm that perfectly describes your current feelings and read it aloud each morning. Let it be the opening note of your own honest conversation with the divine conductor. Now that we've found the first notes to express our inner turmoil, let's explore how the Psalms transform those laments into a powerful dialogue with God. Psalm 35 plunges us into a fervent plea for divine justice. Contend, Lord, with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take up shield and armor. Arise and come to my aid. This isn't an act of vengeance, but a heartfelt cry for God, the ultimate righteous judge, to intervene where human justice falls short. It's an unwavering promise that God sees the oppression and hears the cries of the afflicted. Psalm 7:17 reassures us, I will give thanks to the Lord because of his righteousness. I will sing the praises of the name of the Lord Most High. Our trust in his justice allows us to sing praises even when the scales seem unbalanced. Perhaps you feel cornered, as if powerful forces are arrayed against you, and you lack the strength to fight back. You might be experiencing the helplessness that comes from being wronged and having no advocate. I understand that suffocating feeling of injustice, the burning desire for vindication when you are powerless. My heart resonates with anyone who yearns for a champion, for a divine hand to set things right when their world feels upside down. Consider the story of Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt. Faced with the overwhelming military might of Pharaoh, Moses didn't rely on human strength. Instead, he cried out to God, and God himself fought for his people, parting the Red Sea and overcoming their oppressors. This narrative serves as a powerful reminder that when we are truly helpless, God rises as our champion, contending on our behalf. His intervention is often not a subtle whisper, but a mighty roar. As a step of faith this week, when you feel overwhelmed by injustice, prayerfully surrender your battle to God, trusting him to fight for you. As we delve deeper into the orchestration of Psalm 35, we encounter the poignant lament amidst unjust accusations and the profound pain of betrayal. The psalmist cries out, "Those who want to kill me repay me evil for good, and leave my soul forlorn. Yet when they were ill, I put on sackcloth and humbled myself with fasting. But when I stumbled, they gathered in glee. Assailants gathered against me without my knowledge." This vivid imagery captures the sting of being wronged by those you once helped, a jarring dissonance of ingratitude and malicious intent. This is the unwavering promise that God understands the depth of our pain when we suffer injustice. Romans 12:19 gently reminds us, "Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath, for it is written, 'It is mine to avenge. I will repay, says the Lord. He sees every tear, every betrayal, and his justice is perfect. Have you ever experienced the crushing weight of false accusations, the bewildering feeling of being attacked by those you thought were friends? Perhaps you felt the sharp pang of a broken trust, where kindness was met with malice. I understand that isolating pain of being misunderstood and maligned, of carrying the burden of another's deceit. My heart aches for those who have endured such profound personal betrayal, leaving them feeling exposed and vulnerable. Consider Joseph, whose brothers sold him into slavery, and who was later falsely accused by Potiphar's wife. He experienced profound betrayal and injustice from those closest to him and those he served. Yet, in his suffering, he continually entrusted his cause to God, never seeking personal revenge. His journey, marked by immense hardship, ultimately led to his vindication and a position of power where he could save his very betrayers. This narrative underscores that God is intimately aware of our suffering, and his ultimate plan often brings about redemption and justice in unexpected ways. As a step of faith this week, when faced with betrayal or false accusation, resist the urge for retaliation. Instead, pour out your honest pain to God in prayer, trusting him to be your ultimate vindicator. Continuing our melodic journey through Psalm 35, we move from the cries of anguish to a firm declaration of absolute trust in divine vindication. The psalmist proclaims, "May those who seek my life be disgraced and put to shame. May those who plot my ruin be turned back in confusion. May they be like chaff before the wind, with the angel of the Lord driving them away. Then my soul will rejoice in the Lord and delight in his salvation." This is not a vengeful curse, but a profound expression of faith that God will indeed uphold his justice and reveal the truth. It's an unwavering promise that God, our ultimate defender, will act on behalf of his children. Nahum 1-7 declares, "The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble. He knows those who take refuge in him. He is our rock, our bulwark, the unyielding foundation of our defense." Perhaps you felt despair creep in, wondering if justice will ever prevail, or if your adversaries will always seem to triumph. You might be struggling with the temptation to give up, believing that your cause is lost. I understand that internal battle against hopelessness, the insidious doubt that whispers defeat. My heart goes out to those who are clinging to the edge of their faith, desperately longing for a sign that God will indeed intervene. Consider David, hunted relentlessly by King Saul. Despite Saul's relentless pursuit and numerous attempts on his life, David consistently refused to take matters into his own hands or harm God's anointed. He trusted that God would vindicate him in his own timing and his own way. This unwavering trust, even in the face of constant threat, is a powerful testament to the belief that God truly is the ultimate arbiter of justice. David's eventual ascent to the throne, not through his own schemes, but through divine appointment, powerfully demonstrates God's vindication of the righteous. As a step of faith this week, when you feel unjustly attacked, intentionally release your desire for immediate vindication into God's hands, affirming your trust in his perfect timing and judgment. We have journeyed together through the harmonies of initial pain, the fervent plea for divine justice, the honest lament amidst unjust accusations, and the firm declaration of absolute trust in divine vindication. From the heavy weight of being wronged to the joyful anticipation of his intervention, we have found that God orchestrates our lives towards a grand symphony of deliverance and thanksgiving. You have been led from the dissonant notes of despair to discovering your own vibrant song within his boundless justice and ultimate triumph. Now, let us together declare a collective confession of hope. Though the melody of my life may waver, I still believe you are the conductor. Though I may not see the light, I still believe you are my song. Lord, you are my strength and my psalm. You are my defender, my vindicator, and my eternal joy. I invite you now to find your rest in him, allowing the divine conductor to reharmonize your soul and grant you his profound peace. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May he lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. May he grant you strength in your weakness, solace in your sorrow, and a renewed song of hope that echoes through every season of your life, culminating in his ultimate, glorious deliverance and your unending praise. May his peace fill every chord of your being,